Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to be solving question 83 from the second chapter of the Energy Mechanics by Meriam, and we need to determine the x and y axis intercept of the line of action of the resultant of these three loads applied to the gear set. So as we can see, we have three different forces that is applying to this gear, and as always for finding the resultant, we can go with the sum of all components. So our resultant R is basically Rxi plus Ryj, and so Rx would be sum of all forces in X, and Ry would be sum of all forces in Y. So let's start with the X. We can see that we have the positive X and Y axis in the question. Let's start with the 2.4 kilonewton force. As we can see, this will be the X component and this will be the Y component. So the X components to the right is positive, and we have this angle right here, 20 degrees. So 2.4 cosine of 20 degrees, that's going to be the X component of 2.4. Let's move on to the 1.5 kilonewtons force. This will be the X, this will be the Y component, and also we have this angle right here, 20 degrees as it given in the question. So we can see the X components to the left, so negative 1.5. This time we're looking for the opposite side, which is sine of 20 degrees, and the last force, the 3.6 kilonewtons. This will be the X, this will be the Y. You can see the X components to the left, so negative 3.6, and this angle is 20 degrees, so negative 3.6 cosine of 20 degrees. Let's just calculate, see what we get in here. So 2.4 cosine of 20, negative 1.5 sine of 20, negative 3.6 cosine of 20. It's the 0 in here, so this is going to be negative 1.641, and the unit will be in kilonewtons. So since our number starts with 1, we're gonna round it up to we're gonna do 4 significant figures. And an engineering mechanics question, when the number starts with 1, we do 4 significant figures, and if it's any number greater than 1, we do 3. So that's our Rx. Let's do our Ry. Same idea, sum of all forces in Y this time. And basically what we have in here, we just have to switch the sine to cosine or cosine to sine, but we have to figure out the direction. So 2.4, you can see the Y component is negative since it's downward. 2.4 sine of 20 degrees, the 1.5 again, Y is also negative 1.5. This time will be cosine of 20. This was sine for X, so it's cosine for Y. And the 3.6, we can see the Y component is upward, so this one's positive 3.6 sine of 20 degrees. Let's see what we get. So negative 2.4 sine of 20, negative 1.5 cosine of 20, negative 3.6 sine of 20. This one's positive, actually, the last one here. So that's going to be negative 0.999. Again, 3 significant figures. And that's going to be our Ry in kilonewton. So if you just want to report our R, it's going to be negative 1.641. I negative 0.999. J, and the unit will be in kilonewton. So that's the resultant of these two forces, and as we can see, both Rx and Ry are negative, which means our R is in this direction. So the next step in here is just to find the moment about O, and after that, that moment is gonna define we can define Y and X intercepts. So let's just figure out the moment first. So we're trying to find a moment about O. Counterclockwise is sign convention that we have, so we're actually looking for sum of all moments about point O. So starting with 150, we can see that the Y component is passing through through O, so no moment from that, but we have the moment of the X component, which is clockwise, so negative 2.4. The X component, as we saw, was cosine of 20, so cosine of 20. That's our F for moment we need distance vector, which is basically distance from O to here, which we can see that it's 200. So it's this distance, which is this radius, so 200 millimeter. We can divide by 1000 to get it in meter. So that's everything for 2.4. 2.4. So for 1.5, I'm just going to show a different color. So the x component this time, no moment, but we have the moment of the y component, which is this moment. So this one's also clockwise. The y component was 1.5 cosine of 20. So again, negative because it's clockwise. So 1.5 cosine of 20, and the radius would be the radius of this small gear, which is 120, and divide by 1000, 0.12. And the last one is the moment of 3.6. The y component does not make any moment, but we have the moment of the x. You can see this moment is also clockwise, so negative 3.6 cosine of 20 degrees, and the distance would be half for the biggest gear, which has a radius of 300 millimeters. So divide by 1000.3, and this is going to give us the moment that we are looking for. So negative 2.4 cosine of 20 times 0.2, negative 1.5 cosine of 20, 0.12, negative 3.6 cosine of 20.3, and that's going to give us negative 1.635 kilonewton meter, and the negative sign shows that the moment is clockwise. So the resultant is this force that we showed in here, the R, and that's the direction, which means uh, in order to make the same moment with this R, this has to be below x-axis. That way we can figure out that that x-intercept has to be positive and the y would be negative. So for doing that, basically we have to resolve our R, which was these two. And we can see let's start with the x-intercept first. So our R can be resolving these two forces. So the x component of R won't make any moment, but the y component of R is going to make a clockwise moment, which is what we were trying to figure out. So y component of R was this. So 0.999 times the x intercept. We're just going to call this distance x. And this has to be equal to the moment that we found, 1. So this will be negative because the moment is clockwise. So we just have to divide 1.635 divided by 0.999. So the x-intercept would be 1.636 meters. And for the y-intercept, this time we're going to find the moment of x component, because if we look at the y-intercept, so the x component is going to pass through O, so no moment, but we have the moment of the y component, the x component. So and again, the moment is negative 1.635 this time times y. We can call this distance here y. So this times y is going to give us negative 1.635. And let's see what we get. 1.635 divided by 1.63. Okay, so this was the moment I made a mistake here. This is not 35. This is the x component 1.641. So 641. So the y-intercept would be 0.996 meter. And yeah, that's going to be the final answer for this question. Everything is clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.